Hi there, it's Ken here again from Ken's Christmas Village. As some of you know, recently I've showed you how you can fit lights to your food trucks that don't have a light in, or your market stalls that don't have a light in, so you can connect them via a Lemax plug. Now, I've done separate videos on how you actually install these, but what I thought I would actually do today, I'll just turn these little beauties off, is to show you some of the bits that I use, because some of you have asked me what are the pieces that I actually use. Now firstly, you need to decide what sort of light you want to put into your building. Now actually, if I plug this little baby back in, what I've used in here, and you can see there under the roof, is a very tiny LED. Now the LEDs look like this. They're very fine LEDs on the end of a wire. This wire can be as long as you want it to be. In fact, when you order these, and I'm going to explain to you where you get these from later, you can order the length of wire you want. I've got one cut off here, and I've just put it into a little battery adapter so that you can see how they light up. Okay, they might not look very powerful, but actually when you put them in a truck, I think they look like the sort of light that you would get in a little truck. So they're very tiny, very easy to fix. And how I fix these is with these tiny little sticky dots. You can buy them on sheets, and they're used to attach balloons to balloons, or anything you can use them for. And I kind of like put one of these on, then push it up onto the seat of my truck. And I've showed you in the videos how you do that. I just wanted to show you these little LEDs. They come from a company called Small Scale Lights, and if you check in the more beneath this video, the more descriptions, I will post the link to this site, Small Scale Lights. It's run by a company called Jennifer, who is very, very helpful. If you explain to her the problem you've got and what you want to do, she'll show you exactly what to do and steer you to all the right bits of kit. And as I said, you can buy these, and they come with whatever length cable you want on the end, which is good to know, because in different situations you might want a long or a short cable. Okay, so that's the LED lights. What Jennifer also does is LEDs like this. So what you've got here is a strip of 2, and you can also get them in strips of however many you want. In fact, you can cut that one in half and make it down to 1 if you want. Now these are useful because on the back they've got sticky tape. So I haven't yet used these in a truck because I've found these small ones to be exactly what I needed. But you could use these under bridges, behind walls, wherever you'd like to put a light, you can use these. Again, they come with the wire, which you can have on different lengths. And I've actually attached these just to show you into this type of socket, which you can just plug into your, and I'll do it to show you. If I plug that into a Lemax connector, you can see how these now, I've got to turn it around. You can see now how these are both lit up, all right? Now, you might find using this, say you wanted to light up under a bridge or something, you could then run the cable off to wherever you wanted it, connect it into one of these very simple 2 little tiny screws, and then plug into a Lemax connector, and you've then got, Bob your uncle, you've got lights for wherever you want it. Okay, when I fit them into a truck, as I said, I use these tiny ones, and I connect them through to a socket on the back of the truck. And a few people have asked me what sockets I use, where you get them from, and I thought I would explain that to you as well. So you're actually looking for what I call 2.1 millimeter DC sockets, and they come in 2 types, and it's very interesting. There's this first type, which you can see has got a chrome ring around it and a pin in the center, and you can also get this type, which has got a larger black surround, and the pin, as you can see, is just slightly off center. When I did my first trucks, I used these ones, and these have got 2 pins in the back, but I have since progressed to using this one, and I'll explain to you why and try and show you why. Okay, both sorts have got the plug and a little retaining nut to hold it in place. This one's got the retaining nut, but the joy of this one is that if you look at the tops, and I hold them up very closely together, you can see how that top ring is much slimmer. If I put it in front of the fridge, you can see much slimmer. So it doesn't sit as pronounced from the back of the truck as this one does. So I've moved on to using these ones. As you can see, the socket is just off center. And I'll put a link to Amazon where you buy these from underneath this video, so you can see how to buy them. They're relatively cheap, a few pounds. I think it's $6.99, something like that, and you get 15 or 20 of them. You can buy them from different companies, but I'll put a link into the company that I used, but they're all the same wherever you get them from. Now, the interesting thing about these is on the back of this one, there are 3 pins. And someone said to me, which pins do you use? Well, I'm going to try and point very carefully to you. This pin here, the larger pin there, you connect your live wire to, which if you're wiring it to these sort of things, your LEDs is the red. And holding it back over here, you'll see there's then 2 more pins. This one down here you don't use. The other one you use is that one there on that side. So your live connects to that pin, your neutral connects to that pin. Live to the big pin, neutral to the pin on its right, okay? You don't need this pin down here, you don't use that. So all you do is solder your cables to those 2 points and your lights will work. As I said, on the LEDs, the red wire is the live and the black is the neutral. If you're connecting to an existing wire inside a Lemax market store, which I showed you how to put these sockets onto the back of a Lemax wiring store. This is a Lemax LED. They come with green and black wiring. So the green is your live that you connect to the big pin, and your black is the neutral that you connect to that other pin on the right hand side. So that's how you connect them up. They're very easy to connect. You need a soldering iron, a little dab of solder, and connect them up. If you're fitting those sockets to a truck, I use a bit to drill my holes. This is the bit I use. It's a 12 mil. Technically, it's a wood bit. You could use a conventional bit, but a conventionally multi-purpose bit. But why I like these ones is the wood bit's got that spike on the end. Can you see? It's got the spike on the end, and I find that very handy for centralizing it exactly where I want. And because these are quite sharp and we're only cutting through this very fine plastic, they drill through here perfectly. That's the drill bit that I use to drill the holes for these sockets, the one that I've recommended. These other sockets, if you do use those, and you can do, take a smaller drill bit. You'll have to measure that yourself and find out which bit you need for that, because that's not the one I use. I would recommend you using these ones because they sit, as you can see here, they sit nice and smooth and tight to the back of the truck. They don't protrude much, so they don't look ugly and offensive, and I quite like that. What else do you need? Okay, you also need, I would recommend, a tiny little screwdriver, Phillips one, and a tiny little normal screwdriver. They're handy for so many things. And a pair of these pointy, very thin pliers. I don't know what they're called, ball nose, I'm not sure, but you know what I mean. You've seen these lots of times. You'll find these tiny tools very handy when you're wiring things up. Okay, that's it really. That's the things that I use. I'll put the links to the companies below. So the company for the small scale, for the LEDs, the different sorts of LEDs that you can use, is a company called Small Scale Lights. I got my drill bit from Amazon. I got my sockets from Amazon. So I will put the links in the description. Just tap on more below this video and you'll see where I've put those. And that's all the bits that you will need to make your trucks look like this. And I tell you what, I think this is a great way of making your village look brighter. It always bugs me that you've got a truck with a guy inside it trying to sell things in the dark. No fun is it working in the dark. Anyway, I hope you find this useful. If you've got any questions, just let me know. Just send me a message via one of the groups. If not, have fun doing them. It's very easy to do these things. It can't be difficult. I'm not a great DIY person, and I'm certainly not an electrician. So it's very simple to do these things, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure, and I hope it gives you a great deal of pleasure and your village lights up like you would love it to do. So happy villaging everybody, and see you again soon. Take care for now.